Hello there and welcome back, and let us continue with our lesson. And today we are going to learn about the another core component in React Native, which is a view. So view is a core component in React Native. So let us go and create a view. For that, I'll go to the core component over here and open a terminal over here, and let's go and create a React Native project over here. So npx, right, and then the CRE create dash expo dash app. So we'll go and create the expo app in a current folder. So let us wait for this particular. Okay, so there is npx. Okay, so I guess I made a mistake over here, so it need to be a dot over there to select the current location over here. So once that is done, it's going to install all of the required files over here, and I'll be back once it is done over here. Once it is created, let's go and start the project over here. npx expo expo start to start over here, and that should start the expo project, and we'll start in the iOS over here. So let's open the simulator over here. So let's go back to the core component over here and create the new folder over here, and inside this component let's go and create one new file over here, and let's call this one as the view or view component view component.jx file over here. And once we have that, let's go and create that particular component. So how do we create a component over here is we'll create the const, and let's have the name as the view component component over here. And once we have that, what we'll do is we'll just go and return some stuff from it. So we'll go and return a view. So once we add the view, we have to import that particular view over here, and that will be of the we will import the view from here, right? So let's import the view over here, and a text and a status bar from the React Native. So let's remove the status bar. We are not going to use that one, so let's just remove that one. We are just going to use the view and then the text over here. So we have a view and then one of the text over here. So let's rename this one text and add something like this each let's say a view component over here. And once we have that, what we will do over here is we have a styles over here. So just we currently have a styles.the container. So for that, what we need to import a styles, it is the yle styles set over here from the React Native. And what we need to create is const the style over here. So let's just go and create the styles, and inside the styles we need to add this particular container. So let's go and add the container, and once we add that particular container, we added some of the styles over here. Although you can also add the inline style, but let's create it through the style set over here, which is much more recommended over here, and this is much more cleaner over here. And next thing what we have to do is we have to export this particular view from here. So we'll export the default view component. So if you don't know what is export and what is import and what is default, we'll be covering that on the coming up lecture. So once we export this, what we can do is now we can go and import it from our app over here. So let's go and remove all of this from here. I'm just going to remove all of this from here, right? So we are not going to use that one. I'll just return let's just go and return a fragment from here, and I'll import the view component from my component.the view component over here, and let's close that one over here. So I guess I have this, I need to remove this one, and you can see now we got that particular view component over here. So if I go to the view component, I just have one view, and then the text over here you can see that I got the component over here. So in React Native, view is one of the fundamental component which is used to create the UI over here. If you are coming from the web background, you can consider it a similarity with the div, right? So, and if you are coming from the Flutter, you can consider it as a container, or you can also think as the column or the row. Later we will use the style sheet to convert this view to the either the row or the column. So if you are from the Flutter, you can think as a container, a row, and the column. And if you are coming from the web, you can think that it is as the div style that we can have over here. And once we add this particular view, it is something like the rectangular box that it covers the your UI over here, right? It is basically a rectangle, like a rectangle box over here. Currently you can't see because we have added the color as the white. So if I change that particular color to something like a teal over here, and once we have that, so this is currently a white color, so let's just go and change to some different color over here. And I guess I need to change that particular color over here. So let's try to go and select that particular color from here, and now you can see that we got that particular color over here in the background of that particular view. And I also had made this flex to 1, so it can cover the whole area on our screen. But if you remove this particular flex 1 over here, you can see it is a small, and it only covers the area that is required by this particular view over here. So if you have a text element over here, and it's only going to cover that particular view if you don't mention over here the flex over here. Since I want to cover the whole screen area, I'll just go and make this one as the flex 1, so it will go and cover the whole area of my particular UI or the screen over here. And also I have the alignment over here to the center, and also the justify content to be of the center itself. And currently by default this particular container is in the column, so it's in the vertical, right? So justify content center means that it's going to place that particular the view that we have inside in the center, in the vertical, in this vertical order in the center. And if I go and set this one to something of different over here, and if I set to the start over here, it's going to come to the start. So justify content will place that particular view inside the inside that particular view in the vertical order in the center, and aligned items will place that particular item on the start flex start, which is of the start over here. So we will look much more into this configuration later on once we are looking into the row and column. But for now, just consider that view is a building block. It's something like a rectangle box, or it is like a div in web, and a container or the row or the column in the Flutter itself if you are coming from the Flutter background. So once we have this particular view, we can also nest a multiple view inside. So if I go and say I can go and add the another view over here, I will go and add the inline style over here, height of the 8 over here, and I'll just go and remove this color to be of the let's go and make this one as the white color for now. So just go and change this one to be a white background, and I'll go and add the another view over here that will be of the, let's go and add a view, and let's go and give a color or the background color for this one. Setting at the background visibility, so background BSCK background color over here, and background color of the red over here. And currently this is the height and the background color, and I'll just go and also add the width of that particular. So let's go and add the WIDTH width over here, and also width of the 100 for now. So now you can see that we added that one below of that particular text, right? So this view is added for a small gap. If you can see over here, there is a small gap. If I remove that, there is no gap left. So let's add some gap over here, and this is added a new. So we have added a new view which has the rectangle box, height of 100, and then the width of 100, and then the background color of the red. So similarly, I can just copy this content over here and just paste it below over here, and I'll just change this one to something different color over here. Let's say a red and then the blue over here. So once I have the blue box, you can see I got that particular blue box over here. And let's go and copy this one from here, and let's place it below over here as well. So I'll just go and change this one to something a green color over here. And now you can see that we have a three different view which is of the rectangle box, and I can just convert this one to cover the whole screen area, something like 100% over here. So let's go and place the 100% over here, so it can cover the whole area or the whole width over here. And you can see that we can add a style sheet using the style sheet, or you can add the inline style. So if you just have one or something like one or two styles to be added, you can just add through the inline. But if you have a large something like you want to have more styles, and you can create the style sheet over here, which is much more cleaner. So I guess that's all for this lesson. In this lesson we learned about the view, right? So view is a building block. So just remember, a view is a building block or for the UI in the React Native. And using views, we can add multiple view inside multiple element inside that particular view. We can also nest another create a nested view using multiple views inside the view, so there is no issue with that one. And view is similar to the div style or the container or the row and the flex. Using the style sheet, we can create the we can style it, whether it to be column or the row, or we can change the background colors, and then we can justify the items, right? And all of the stuff we can do with the view. And really important to know that there is a view. By default, there is no option to add a click button press or the click to that particular view. Later we'll see how we can add the clickable option to this particular view over here. So that's all for this lesson, and hope you learned something new on this particular component. We'll meet up with the new lesson. Till then, have a great day.